Hi, everyone. Welcome to another invitational edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Pat Sherwood and Miranda Oldroyd. We're taking a closer look at one of the four teams that will be competing at the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Invitational presented by HGST, and that is Australia. And when you look at the four teams in this competition, they are the one that jumps out, and they're kind of the Mad Max of this whole thing to keep it relevant to Australia. They could really mess this whole thing up, right?
Perhaps one of the largest compliments you've ever given a team.
Yeah.
Any Mad Max reference is incredible.
Best
they
character
could
ever.
gum up the works. They're kind of the monkey wrench team. I wouldn't be surprised if they really shook up the leaderboard, but kind of the linchpin of the whole thing is Cara Webb. Is she healthy or not?
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about there being four teams instead of just you're either first place or second in each individual event. And overall, they're really going to mess up the leaderboard. I don't necessarily know if they'll win, but it's going to be exciting to see them.
Some interesting things with the Australia team. They're coached by Chad McKay. He was in this event last year as a member of Team World that won the whole thing. Their strength, well, it's their overall fitness. Their weakness might be their strength, if you know what I mean by that. And then the X factor here is team chemistry. But let's talk about that weakness first of all. If we're rolling out heavy barbells here and trying to find a one rep max, they're probably not the favorites.
I just kind of take a look back to what happened at the games this year. If you think overhead squat, you think these speed clean ladder, things like that. Talking about the gentlemen specifically, they're kind of behind the power curve compared to their peers that are showing up for this competition.
That's true. However, if Cara Webb, is feeling good, she won the overhead squat event at the game, so she's going to be able to pick up a little bit of the slack for the guys.
So let's look at the strength here, and that's it. This is a GPP team. They're pretty well-rounded.
They're extremely well-rounded. I just kind of take a look at their overall placings. Team Europe has a couple people in the 20s. Team Canada has a couple people in the 30s. Australia only has one person in the 20s, the little asterisk next to Cara Webb's name. I know USA is an interesting one. They're all so low, but I think outside of USA, this is the team that all kind of complement each other very well.
Yeah, we just saw that play out very well for Reebok East's team in the team series. They didn't have any of those champions necessarily on their team, but just four well-rounded individuals that came together as a team, and that might be this Australian team, which could put them high on that podium at the end of the competition.
When you look at the X factor, that's team chemistry, and I know all these teams probably get along with each other, but I don't think you're going to find a tighter-knit group than the Australia team.
Yeah, I don't know how well these athletes know each other or how much time they've spent together, but all four of these individuals, and just Aussies in general, it seems like, are always having such a good time. And when it comes to competition, especially team competition, that camaraderie, that fun, not as much pressure on this team can do a lot.
And I think they still want to kick ass, but they're going to have this fun, positive, supportive environment that kind of will aid in achieving that goal. Here's the easiest way that I can put it. There were four cars with all four teams going to the center, and each one had an empty seat. I'm hopping in with the Aussies, man.
Of course.
It's going to be a good time.
That's a no-brainer. Well, if they have no pressure and they're going there to have fun, are they an afterthought here, or could they maybe win this thing?
I think that they could sneak in and win it. Again, I don't think that they're going to be on anyone's list for the favorite to win. However, I mean, Cara Webb, she was winning the games for, several days. And if she's feeling healthy, that's going to be a huge asset to their team. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know.
When I spoke to Chad McKay, he basically said, hey, we are this good, fun, supportive team, but don't think for a second we don't want to go in there and win, walk away with a victory. So they're for real. They're not here just to get the T-shirt.
Yeah, you can find that whole conversation that Pat had with Chad McKay on the game site. A lot of good insight there to the Australia team. Sunday, November 9th at the SAP Center in San Jose, California is the 2014 Reebok CrossFit Invitational presented by HGST. If you can be there, buy the tickets, get to San Jose. It's going to be a blast. If not, you can watch the whole event on the game site streaming live. For Pat Sherwood and Miranda Oldroyd, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you guys next time.